Hi there!
Oh my god!
Hi, my name is Inakyu and welcome back to Ina's Declassified Anime Survival Guide. I really am sticking with this name, I guess. I make content all about introducing anime to you, whether it be recommending shows or teaching you about anime culture. And today we are going a little beyond that by talking about the anime community and the rules that are unspoken, unheard of, but we all follow anyway. Well, not really follow. It's as if you're not allowed to break these, but honestly, just think of this list as a guideline. But we're still calling them rules. Like, yes, rules, but a guideline. But if you break any of them, just keep in mind that you're going to be stepping into some taboo territory. It's up to you to follow them. It's just your pride on the line. But remember, you stick to being you. Now, so you don't embarrass yourself while talking to fellow weebs, let's go into rule number 1. The 3-episode rule. This is definitely one of the biggest rules in the anime community. It's a huge rule, and I'll be surprised if you haven't even heard about it already. There's a few different definitions to this rule, but all of them focus on the fact that you can't judge an anime by its first episode. The runtime for most shows is just 20 minutes, and they have a huge world to show you. Like, with all this world building, it's probably too early to tell if you really like the show just with one episode alone. So if you just power through those 3 episodes, people will respect that you gave the anime a fair shot. The other side of the 3-episode rule is that you don't know what you're watching until you get to that 3rd episode. In the early days, or the golden age of anime, a lot of shows get more intense on the 3rd episode. So many shows had a surprise factor when you got there. They introduce you to the world, then they introduce you to the characters, and then they introduce you to what they're dealing with. By the final minutes of episode 3, the stakes become real. And most of the time, these anime turn out to be the best with all that setup. Some great anime that use the 3-episode rule with the surprise factor would definitely be Madoka Magica, Soul Eater, and Made in Abyss. All 3 of those shows are dear to my heart, and literally the 3rd episode, you're like, I thought this was a different show. Not really Soul Eater, but the other 2, oh my goodness. Yes, you don't have to follow this rule. If you think you can judge a show by the 1st episode, good for you, but you might be missing out on some gold. I don't know about you, but yeah, I tend to watch 3 episodes before deciding if I want to keep going or not, but I know it's controversial. What do you think? Subs over dubs. As someone who started watching anime at an early age, a child growing up, you do not understand the embarrassment and how dumb I felt when my cousins made fun of me for watching dubbed anime. They literally shamed me. Younger me couldn't possibly take being called a fake anime fan. This was when I was falling down the rabbit hole of being like a straight up weeb that was kind of like cringe and just consuming all the shows. I remember thinking, like, how could I be fake? I've consumed so much. Test me on any episode. I am an anime fan. How could you think I'm not? They looked down on me, but it was because I was not watching it the way that Japan intended it to be watched, or so to speak. People may make fun of you for watching it dubbed, but don't think too hard on it, because dubs sometimes can really miss. Sometimes the meaning kind of gets lost when it's getting translated into English, or sometimes the English dubbing will sound like a parody. Yeah, when I got into anime, I watched dub, but now I do watch sub because I can't wait a week for it to be translated. I need to know what happens next. Sometimes I do check out the dubbed because I want to be productive while I watch shows. I do see the difference sometimes between the Japanese voice acting and the English one. Like, look at this scene.
It's about damn time! I've been waiting, Hashirama!
Kinda tragic, but English dubs are definitely improving. There are really good shows with really good dubs out there now. Like, I'd say they're even on par with the Japanese ones. And that especially makes me happy because I can show my friends anime who don't want to read subtitles. But remember, like the King Bong Joon-ho says,
once you overcome the 1-inch tall barrier of subtitles, you will be introduced to so many more amazing films.
my friends don't want to get over that gap, so support dubs to introduce people into anime. Next off, this rule is very near and dear to my heart. Never skip the opening. Yes, never skip it. At least for the first few episodes. I'd even say 8 episodes. Every show has one for a reason, and it's what puts you into the mood of the show. It gets you ready. Like, I am watching an anime that is fantasy. I am watching an anime that's intense. The opening soundtrack puts you into the world of this show. That's the purpose of the opening, so appreciate it. And most of the time, it's a bop. Jam out for a second. A few of my all-time favorite openings would have to be Sarario Days from Gurren Lagann, the Death Parade opening, and Beastars' opening. Literal bops. So good. Anime endings, though, are all up to you. They're definitely not as thought out as an opening, no small Easter eggs or hints of what's to come, and we all know you already want to get to the next episode, so skipping the ending, all okay, but never the opening. Remember that. Our next rule is made by pure experience, because it's bad. It might scar you. Just if you don't follow this rule, bad things will happen 50% of the time. Always wear your headphones. I don't know if I have to explain this one, but I will. I'd say about 60% of anime, maybe more, has fan service. Therefore, if you live with people that don't watch anime, there's a chance that they will walk in with the worst timing in the world. There might be a weird scene that's going on and they don't understand that anime is just like that. And it's especially worse if they don't see what you're watching, because if they can just hear the sounds, they will assume the worst. For example, our characters could just be running. Characters could just be eating food. Or like most anime, your character could just be fighting the villain. Just please be cautious, and if you live with weebs who get it, put it on surround sound. As you can see, these rules are getting a bit darker. The next rule is not a necessary evil, it's a necessary law in the anime community, okay? Don't lewd the lowly. Yes, I have to mention this. It's happened too often. The anime community just gets weirder and darker the more you're into it, so I have to tell you this, okay? The last anime culture video I told you guys about was telling you that women want to hurt you. Your waifu wants to beat you up and kill you.
Damn it, Yuki, why do you always have to interfere? Because I love you, you crazy bitch!
And now I'm telling you to not lewd the lowly. So let's start here. What is a lowly? It's basically a character that is or just looks underage. Yep. While yes, it's funny and they're ignorant and innuendos happen, yes, they're clumsy, but please never look at them in a dirty manner. These characters are made for you to want to protect them. They're adorable and they're great. Just don't break the law, because you know.
FBI, open up!
It just happens so often. The art, the fan service, the creators of these shows do that to tease you, so this rule has to be on here. Some great examples of lowlies in anime would have to be Kana from Mrs. Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, like, look at her. And don't give me the excuse that she's a 700-year-old dragon. A few others would be Shiro from No Game No Life and Eri from My Hero Academia. This rule had to be on here, it had to be spoken. Let's move on to our final and probably, if not the most important rule in the anime community. Don't spoil the show. Just don't do it. I get it. You want to vent. You want to release these emotions like you can't believe what happened and you need to talk about it. You want to scream into the void what you just saw. You want to talk about the emotional roller coaster that you went through. But do it in the DMs. Don't do it publicly. Like seeing a spoiler randomly on a timeline, like you didn't even look for it. It just, you are reading this now. That can ruin someone's entire experience of a show, and this definitely puts a bad light on the fandom. Like, it's gotten so bad that people have hunted down the writers of a show to get mad at them. People have to go out of their way to mute and block words on the internet just so that they don't see spoilers. Like, it's gotten that far because people don't care if they spoil it. You're not cool. Like, it's okay if you want to talk about it, and it's okay if you want to hear spoilers. It's just there are other ways than doing it and posting it on Twitter. Go into the DMs or go into the Discord spoiler chat. And there's even the black bar things for reasons. But speaking of Discord servers, I have one, and you should join it. It's really fun, it's really friendly, I promise you'll have a good time. I'm always there. If you want friends in the anime community, that's a perfect place to go. Link in the description. Anyway, yeah. Don't spoil the show. And don't harass the creators. It's just weird and mean. They made the show that you like. Ah, what a video. But that's it. I'm sorry if this video seems a bit rushed and like a mess. I just knew I had to post something. I can do better, I swear. My next videos though upcoming are really fun. I'm doing a psychological anime recommendations, a collab, and then a 5K celebration. Hopefully I get there, but you know. But yeah, watch out for that. Things are exciting, I promise. Please like, comment, subscribe, all of it, none of it, whatever you want. Please let me know if I left out any of the rules that are unspoken of in the anime community. Also, let me know what you think of the 3-episode rule. I'd really like to know. It's not like I care or anything.